I am going to show you how I straighten and trim my friend Cherie's transitioning hair. To begin, I am going to shampoo her hair 2 times with Mixed Chicks Sulfate-Free shampoo. It is safe for color-treated hair and has olive, almond, and avocado oils for hydration. This is Cherie's hair after shampooing. To give you some background, her last relaxer was June of 2013. After 2 previous failed attempts at transitioning, she's ready to try it again with some help. So I've been giving her tips and mostly encouragement. Her go-to style has been the flat twist out with perm rods on the ends. This is her 3rd time straightening since we started her transition last October. Now I am going to deep condition with Mixed Chicks Deep Conditioner. This protein-free treatment softens and moisturizes the hair, which makes it easier to detangle. I am going to smooth this through from roots to ends and then cover her hair with a plastic cap and have her sit under my hooded dryer for 20 minutes. Then I will rinse this out with cool water. Here's what I can see so far of Cherie's natural hair. She has about 3 inches of new growth, and so far it looks and feels like it may be in the 3C range, but we won't know for sure until she's fully transitioned. I like to layer products when hair is wet. It allows them to set into the hair instead of just on top and work during styling and the days after. First, I'm going to start with ApHogee's Keratin and Green Tea Restructurizer. The point where the relaxed hair and natural hair meet is the weakest. The keratin protein in this treatment will strengthen the strands. Next, I am using Aveda Smooth Infusion Style Prep Serum. This will act as a heat protectant and humidity blocker, so her style will stay straight longer without frizzing. This one is concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. And last, I am using Jane Carter Solution Wrap and Roll Foam. I always like to use a setting lotion when straightening or using rollers. They are designed to be set with heat and give hold without flaking or becoming sticky or tacky. This one is very moisturizing and it's safe for all hair types. Now I am going to detangle. I am going to separate out a section with my fingers and the tail of my comb. Then, using my wide-toothed shower comb, I will start at the ends, which will be super easy since they are relaxed. I'm going to firmly grip where the 2 textures meet and keep the hair from pulling too much. Then, I will start smoothing from the root until both ends of the section are detangled. The line of demarcation will be the last part of the section to tackle, as it will be the hardest to detangle. Now I'm going to 2-strand twist the section to keep it together during drying. For transitioners, detangling is perhaps the most difficult part of the styling process because you're dealing with ends that are far more fragile than the roots. So just take your time. Use small sections, and if you find your hair in a knot, stop and put the comb down. Use your fingers and gently pry it apart. Keep a spray bottle near to re-wet sections if they start to dry while you're making it around your head. If you feel like your hair is suffering during the detangling process, you can try adding a pre-poo treatment to your wash to soften the hair more. But just remember, transitioning definitely takes patience. Cherie's relaxed hair is hanging in there because she has exercised a great amount of patience. She's remained consistent with her regimen and found a go-to style she can commit to. Now I will set her hair under my hooded dryer for about 35 or 40 minutes. To prep for flat ironing, I will be using my Ion blow dryer, my Denman 9-row brush, a shower comb and a rat tail comb, and Cherie Deep Brilliance Reflect Oil. I am going to work with one section at a time. First, unwinding the twist, and then I'm going to add a little bit of Cherie oil to the section. Now I am going to use just my blow dryer and fingers to get the ends completely dry. Since they were twisted, they are still a bit damp, but I don't want to use any tools until her hair is all the way dry. This will lessen the amount of stress put on the hair. Now that the section is dry, I'm going to take my Denman brush and stretch the hair. This brush is awesome because it glides through the hair without pulling it out or causing any static. You'll need something like this to stretch those roots in order to prepare for flat ironing. I will continue this process until each section has been stretched. You can use a wide tooth comb if you need to before brushing, but make sure you do not pull on your hair with your brush if your hair is still wet. That will cause you to shed more hair. Your goal is to keep as much as possible until you are ready to clip off the remaining relaxer, so you have to be as gentle with your hair as possible. To straighten, I am using my ApHogee 1-inch platform series flat iron. Starting with the back, I am going to take small sections of hair and flat iron. You can use your rat tail comb to chase the hair as you flat iron it if you feel you need something to help you stretch it. This is also helpful if you have shorter hair, so you can grab the hair from the root without accidentally burning yourself. I am using my iron on 400 degrees. You should set your iron to whatever temperature is best for your hair. You will find that the new growth takes more to straighten, so a couple passes at it may be necessary. But as long as you've used a heat protectant and have a ceramic tool, you should be fine. Titanium is okay to use too, but I just warn you to be careful. While titanium delivers beautiful results, the material allows more direct heat to pass through. So if you use it too much, you may find that your hair becomes brittle and maybe even starts to break more easily. If you want to use titanium, look for one that has tourmaline to reduce the likelihood of damage. Now I am going to give Cherie a very basic cleanup trim. She has shorter hair in the front, so I am going to comb that hair forward from the crown down to the tip of the ear. I am going to trim her hair in an angle that makes face framing layers. She wants to retain as much length as possible during transition, so I'm only cutting the standard 1/8 of an inch as her hair has very little breakage. To be clear, this is just to show you a basic way to trim hair. How your hair is trimmed is very much dependent upon the shape of your hair. If you have questions about how your hair should be trimmed or you're not sure where to start, your best bet is to see a stylist. In the back, I am going to take vertical sections, comb them away from her head, and clip. I will do this with each section. If you are attempting this yourself, get your mirrors positioned where you can see what you're doing in the back, especially if your hair isn't long enough to pull it to the side where you can see it straight on. After all of the vertical snips are done, I will clip horizontally to clean it up. Remember, your hair doesn't have to be perfectly the same length all over during this process. You're transitioning. Eventually, all of this hair is going to get cut off anyway. You just want to retain the length as long as possible until your natural hair has grown down. If for any reason at all you are not 100% confident that you can do this yourself, I highly recommend you see a stylist for your trim. If you decide to do it yourself, make sure you are using cutting shears and not paper scissors, and please be very, very careful. Now to finish off her style, I am going to turn my flat iron tip down to 325 and bump the ends. If you want more curls, you can use your flat iron to spiral or use a curling iron. You can also take sections and put them on flexi-rods or rollers overnight. Total time for this was about 3 hours. Cherie will maintain her style by doing a traditional wrap and securing with a silk or satin scarf. For more information and hair care tips, visit MoKnowsHair.com.